Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Fish, and today I'm playing some Xbox One Overwatch gameplay from my Twitch. And today I'd like to talk about Zenyatta, a 20-year-old Omnic wandering guru, adventurer, robot, overall badass. Zenyatta is an Omnic monk who wanders the world seeking spiritual enlightenment. They say that those who cross his path are never the same again. Now, years ago, following the Omnic crisis, a group of robots experienced what they described as a spiritual awakening, which may have been some sort of form of self-awareness in their AI programming. Skynet. They abandoned their pre-programmed lives and established a monastery deep in the Himalayas. This monastery can be seen in the game as on the map Nepal. It's Shambhali, Nepal, or something like that. And Zenyatta and the other Omnics that went through this whole process realized that through years of meditation that they were more than AI and that they were like humans and possessed a soul. Now, recognizing this key element and link to humans, a robot known as Takartha Mandata sought to heal the wounds created by the Omnic crisis and wanted to return to the roots of societal harmony between robots and humans. Now, their message was received by millions and they became global celebrities. Zenyatta actually disagreed with this new direction, mostly because they became like these celebrities, these big guys, and he didn't like that so much. Now, Zenyatta believed that the only way to repair the problems between humans and Omnics was not through some sort of teaching, but by reaching out and connecting with humans on an interpersonal level through healing and meditation. Now, ultimately, Zenyatta went down his own path to wander through the world seeking spiritual enlightenment and trying to mend the wounds of the Omnic crisis still fresh in the population's mind. Initially, whenever I played Zenyatta, I had this love-hate relationship with him. Some of my games would go extremely well, and some of them would go horribly. He was just too easy to one-shot, both by Hanzo and Widowmaker. Then they buffed Widowmaker, but he could still get one-shotted by Hanzo. It was pretty much crap. And he had this just crap survivability, so we always get pushed back. Now, post-patch, Zenyatta has become an insane powerhouse. With his ability to dole out heals and Discord orbs to make your team do more damage and heal, you can easily take down enemy powerhouses in just a couple of hits. Now, Zenyatta starts with 200 health post-patch, 150 of that health being shields. His movement speed is still pretty shit, but if you hold behind your teammates and sit in the back, you can actually dole out some massive damage and increase your survivability, which is great. Now, his Orb of Destruction is Zenyatta's primary fire. You have 20 different balls with 40 damage per each round and a firing rate of 3 rounds per second. So you can put out 120 damage within just 1 second if you're accurate. So if you are accurate, headshot multipliers do exist. I don't know what they are. Plus your ability to place a Discord orb on your enemies, which does 50% more damage. You could drop 200 health heroes incredibly quickly. 5 orbs means insta-death for most assault players without a healer on them, because 5 times 40 is 200. There isn't any drop-off damage for this Orb of Destruction, although there is a bit of a lag time, so you need to lead your targets and aim center mass if you aren't particularly accurate. For those of you who are a little bit more skilled, unlike me, you could probably go for headshot for days and knock people out very quickly. So, his secondary fire is Orb Volley. If you fully charge it, a total of 2 to 2.5 second charge time, you fire 5 orbs. If all 5 orbs mash into your target, you do 200 damage, so you can knock somebody out instantaneously. Although this sounds fantastic, you are incredibly vulnerable during your charge up. This ability should be used with a Widowmaker or Hanzo wall hack. This way you could surprise your enemy with a full barrage and eliminate them quickly around corners. Otherwise, I don't find this ability particularly effective, just because it leaves you so vulnerable and you kind of have to track your targets, and then with the lead time, it's just not a very good deal. Now, for both Orb Volley and Orb of Destruction, you need to watch how many rounds you fire. 3 rounds per second, you can eliminate your entire mag very quickly. And Zenyatta has a 2-second reload time, and that's longer than most of the other people in the game. If you panic shoot, this can leave you pretty vulnerable to other characters, particularly if you are fond of the orb volley. That's 5 rounds per shot or charge up, and so you lose out on ammo very, very quick. So watch your reload times. Make sure what you want to do, basically what you want to do is peek around corners, fire, and then go back and reload if you can. All the while buffing friendly and enemy players with, the Orb of Harmony and the Orb of Discord. It's kind of something that you got to get used to. So the Orb of Harmony has a range of 40 meters and heals 30 health per second. That's pretty dang good. Although it's not a fantastic heal compared to Mercy or an AoE heal that Lucio has, it's still something, and it can only go on one individual, and you have to maintain a lot of sight. So that's kind of the play that you have to run with Zenyatta, and it's a little difficult to overcome, but nothing that new players can't get used to. You just got to play him for a little bit. So make sure you're always bouncing this orb to players on your team. Don't just fire and forget. This is incredibly useful for your teammates. More live teammates means increased survivability for your support characters, like you as Zenyatta. So make sure you're always passing it out to people who need heals, and then if nobody needs heals, just passively leave it on your tanks to go ahead and leave them heal up, even if they get hurt. Now, the Orb of Discord is my favorite thing to use in the game. It increases the damage to one enemy player by 50%, which is incredible. With a range of 40 meters, this orb is incredibly dangerous to any player it's placed on. I don't reserve my Discord orb. I'm always putting it out. If I see an enemy teammate, I'm going to go ahead and just chuck it at them. So generally, I'll toss it at anybody and try to bring them down. Now, if there are multiple enemy teammates, what you really want to do is place it onto the tank. The tanks are what you want to go for because this is going to screw their health very, very fast and take away their primary ability to be a tank. You'll be able to wipe them off the map very quickly. So a Roadhog with this orb on him is generally just doomed because he's got no way to protect himself, and your entire team is going to focus him down and kill him. It's pretty dang easy. For players like Reinhardt or giant shields that Zarya can toss out, you want to wait until they drop their shields, then go ahead and put this on them because that's going to make them incredibly weak as well. So normally I'll discord the tanks if I had to do fire for or choose my targets wisely. I want to go for the tanks first, and then I'll go for the weaker health characters and so on and so forth and kind of whittle their team down to nothing. Again, if you break line of sight with the Orb of Discord, it pops off the enemies, so make sure that you're trying to either keep on them or use this as a zoning technique. Cast a Discord Orb, get them to back off of you because they know what's coming in. It's the pain train and friggin' choo-choo, mother chucker. So his final ability is his alt Transcendence. Now, Transcendence has a 6-second duration and heals all friendly players for 300 health per second in a 10-meter radius around Zenyatta. His movement speed also skyrockets now. He moves incredibly fast. So if you see your team in trouble and you're slowly starting to make your way towards them, pop your ult and just scooch in there really, really quick and catch the enemy team off guard. All of a sudden, your entire friendly teammates all get healed and they're totally hosed because you're just healing everybody up 300 health a second. Overall, Zenyatta is an insanely good damage-dealing one-person healer discorder. Awesome. Make sure that you always play him towards the back of your teammates or in the middle of your huddle. That way you have protection from players who might zoom behind you. For instance, Tracer, she'll get in your face a lot. But you also increase your survivability by kind of like staying towards the back. Always drop your healing orbs. Always make sure that you're discording your enemies. Don't forget those two. Me, I'm always just constantly, bumping right bumper and left bumper. Always tossing those two out. Making sure that my teammates are healed and making sure that the enemies are discorded. Doing that 50% extra damage to them. Make sure that you don't just charge in there. Zenyatta's not very good at just sitting on the point, but, he can. So overall, to me, Zenyatta is now one of the best support characters in the game with his new health, particularly because he could do so much damage and he has a pretty decent heal. Let me know what you guys think about Zenyatta. I still don't see him playing as much as I figured that he would be after this patch came out. I have gone up against a couple of enemy teams, but it seems like people are mostly just sticking with Lucios and Mercies. I think that people need to go ahead and branch out and try this out. I think that he's just gotten so good. So please leave a like or subscribe down below if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.